It looks like our goat's been trapped in a bit of a compromising position here. We're under siege.
We love to laugh at our goats' crazy antics, but we didn't read the warning signs in December that come January, with all the pasture dried up and available browse eaten, they would concentrate their efforts on invading the only luscious green space on the farm, our precious vegetable garden. I guess it was inevitable, particularly since I'd stupidly started feeding them over the fence in spring. But it was still so disheartening to discover one day a tomato plant within reach of the fence chomped right down to its base. Not long after, all of the corn plants and previously ignored cucurbit foliage along the edges of the fence had also fallen victim to our hungry gutted goats. It was only a matter of time before one of them would end up braving the fence and jumping into the entire patch to rain terror on all the helpless plants. War had been declared and we were not going into battle unprepared.
Goats, eh? So here we've got an assortment of cucurbits. There's melons, there's zucchinis, and there's cucumbers here. Now, over in the paddock, there's an old pumpkin that's just been completely unmolested by the goats. So we, in our ignorance, thought, well, goats don't like cucurbits, so we thought, oh, we'll just grow them along here. So I put a couple of pickets in to give it strength, and we were just going to run, like cucumbers along here. No, because it's come out of our garden and it's full of plants we love, the goats also love it. So they've nipped it off here. So now what I'm going to have to do is get a couple of, well, actually there are a couple of poles that we got from when we were clearing up the block, and I've just let them cure a bit. We're going to have to make a few teepees and actually grow our cucumbers up them, but away from the fence. So they're just absolute menaces. They give us delicious milk, but they make sure that we pay for it in other ways rather than money. In the keyhole bed you can see some corn popping up. It's super late, but it took us a while to catch the mice that were eating our seed. So 3 mice delayed our corn planting by months. Oh, whatever. I've got to get back to goat proofing this area if that's a possible thing to do. Well, that's pretty unfriendly. I don't think I'd like to rest my neck up against that. So we love our goats, but we do want to get a harvest out of here. So this wire here, it's got a reasonable tension to it, and periodically I've just put a couple of wire ties, so now the goat can't, push down on there. Ugh. I'm not too keen on dog kisses right now because right here the dog's gone and found a kangaroo stomach. We actually got one for dog food and she's brought the stomach back completely true to form. What's interesting about it is the dung beetles have arrived. So we've, in this part of Australia and in quite a few parts, particularly where there's cows, they introduce dung beetles to bury the dung, strange as it may seem, to bury the dung and break a fly's breeding cycle. What I didn't expect was to see them eating this kangaroo stomach, because it's a whole lot of undigested grass, and I think that's just what a dung beetle likes. So we can see that there is blowflies in here, but they just don't have a chance. There's a swarm of dung beetles and they're busy coming, grabbing what they can. They're flying in, they're flying out, and it's just disintegrating. And it's all happened really quick. Jet came back with this not that long ago, and it's disappearing, which is really great. It's good to have them here because the flies have been very sticky and unpleasant lately.
One's biting me now.
Ugh.
So Dottie's quite unwell today. This morning she didn't want to come and get milked, and she's not interested in food. But luckily she's still letting Mabel drink from her, so I didn't have to worry about her not being milked. I don't know what's wrong, but I think that it might be something. The last couple of days she's broken into the chicken coop and eaten a lot of their food. And also she's been eating a lot of the pig's apples. She's really grinding her teeth, as you can see. She's having difficulty. She's not able to like cough up and chew up any of her pad. So I think that she might have bloat or some sort of obstruction, and she's just not digesting food properly. She's completely lost her appetite. So we're just monitoring her. Like, she can still get up and walk around. If she was lying down and in heaps of pain and not able to walk around, we'd probably have to think about calling a vet or next steps. So yeah, the treatment that I've given her to try and help her is to give her some bicarb, which is supposed to help break down the grains, if it is grains that are completely obstructing like her rumen. We'll see how that goes. Another treatment is to give them oil. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get it down her throat. So yeah, we just have to monitor her for now. I've just been sick all week, so now I've got a sick goat, so I've got solidarity with my goat friend. At least she doesn't have COVID. We'll see how she goes. At least this is self-inflicted, you know? But I don't think she'll learn her lesson either. It's just, that's the thing to watch with greedy goats. They will get into chicken food and it's not good for them to eat a whole lot of grain. So hopefully she recovers by herself and we don't have to get a vet involved or intervene some other way. She isn't really bloated, but they say that if the left side of the abdomen's larger than the right, like distended, then that's a sign of bloat, which she sort of has, but it's not really remarkable like the images that I've seen online. So yeah, it's hard to tell yet how bad this is. She's definitely not herself. So Mabel's had all her mum's milk today and all her mum's feed. It's been a red letter day for Mabel, although she's a little bit concerned about her mum not being well. So, but she still keeps going back for more from the teat when Dottie's lying down. It's not very nice, is it? Greedy goat. She doesn't like being held like Hugo. She puts up with it, but she does not like it. I like to just do a bit of a inspection, make sure there's no ticks. You okay, Mabel? Okay, so right behind me here, where this chicken is the site where that kangaroo stomach was about 3 hours ago, and it's completely gone. Oh no, it's moved. The dog's moved it. There's not much of it left. All that remains of the stomach. As in, very little. Amazing. We'd shown you on a previous video our cat and dog play fighting. Our orange cat Kuma likes to stand his ground and thinks himself the dominant pet, often instigating the fight. He'll normally hang in there until there's just too much slobber all over him to tolerate it anymore.
You will not have geese in there. That should do it though. What do you think?
Just push through with your hand and see if you can get in. Look at that, everybody. Live demo. It's really bad for them, but she can't get much. Ah, stop it. No.
I've said it before, but the worst thing about growing food is that you're growing food. You've got to You've got to fight for your share.
The Royal Rumble.
Everyone's into it, aren't they? This garden's one of the few green things around here now that the dry season's on, you know, like all the paddocks just died right back. Oh yes.
Yes.
There has been a goose in here, look.
Yes.
Look, you can see the goose.
They're losing favourite animal status now.
Oh look. That's the problem.
They fly in. Yeah.
First it's mouses, then it's goatses, now it's gooses. We're still in the stage of trying to earn the trust of our geese, and I didn't really want to wrestle them down and cut their feathers. It's just the corn, huh? We're just not destined to eat corn.
It's okay. Say something so she knows you're there. It's okay. Come on. Come here. That's it. Good girl. Ow.
Please don't bite me.
Please don't harm me. Oh, she swallowed it. I heard her gulping it down.
Nah, she's...
Oh, she got some.
Yeah.
Not much. She's onto it. Maybe you need to like get it in the side. We can see how that goes.
Is this supposed to make her throw up?
No, it's just supposed to settle down the bloat.
Oh, okay.
Because it's all foamy in there, it's supposed to stop all the sudsy. So we just saw Dottie sort of cough up some foamy stuff and do that weird yawn thing. We're pretty certain it is bloat that she has after eating all that chicken food. So oil is supposed to stop all that gas and foamy stuff in there and help her relieve like draw break wind and burp, but we'll see if it helps.
So we're going to have a farting, burping goat.
I hope so if it works. Oh, that's good. How's you?
I reckon I should have held her and you should have drenched her.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us some more?
Yeah, we should probably give her some more.
This is good quality olive oil going down this goat and she doesn't even appreciate it.
Don't bite me. Oh, it's stiff.
Yeah, push.
Oh, sorry. It was stiff. I think she got most of that down. Sorry, Dal. Got you in the shirt. It popped, eh? Well, that was pretty good. Should I just finish it off?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yes.
That's it, get it right between teeth. That's it. Down the hatch. Oh, good job.
Good girl, Dottie. Oh,
She's not struggling.
No, I think she wants us to help her, you know. Good girl, Dottie.
You're playing massage.
Yeah, there's already been a bit of poop come out, which is encouraging. She's drinking.
Yeah, that is good. She hasn't been drinking much at all.
This is obviously feeling nice.
Yeah.
She's rubbing her horns and ears against that post, so I think she's happy.
Well, happy hour.
Well, happy with what she's getting. Oh, look at that movement.
Yeah, actually, she's like... Wow. Oh. It's an improvement.
Morning, Pascal. I am
morning.
enjoying my coffee this morning. So I think we better thank our new sponsors.
Yep.
Manini Farmstand and the proprietors, Max 11, Ollie 10, Koa 8, Elliot 5 and Otis, who is 2, sent us all this great stuff, and most importantly they sent us some Hawaiian coffee, and if you knew how important coffee was you'd know why they're our sponsors for this morning. So they sent us some great stickers, they sent us these shirts.
They sent us a lovely note.
And they sent us a lovely note. Let's have a bit of a look at it. And now I'm not going to read all of it because some of it's just for us. But they said they decided to make our own local farm stand named Manini Farm Stand, where they sell many items, including hot sauce, pesto, tea, herbs, vegetables, quail eggs, and soon chicken eggs. They've got everything there, folks. And they also have merch, which is what we're enjoying here. We've used almost all of our backyard for garden space.
Awesome.
So there we go. One item that they rarely sell are bananas. It's
Living in Hawaii.
What are you going to do? I admire your garden and farm, and I hope to own a farm of my own someday. So,
Good on you, Ollie.
Good on you, Ollie. And also...
We also got this wonderful artwork from Max here.
Yeah.
It really captures...
I think it captures the essence of both of us. And if you actually look here, I think I would be more recognisable from that card than my very own driver's license here. We'll put these two side by side and you can see one of them looks like it's just released from jail, and then there's this very charming card. So thank you very much. If you're in Hawaii,
be sure to check out Manini Farm Stand.
Manini Farm Stand. So there we go. It's we don't often take on corporate sponsors, but for this one we made an exception.
And thank you to Andrew and Erin for sending that all through to us.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. All right, that's enough. Let's roll the show.
Much to my relief, it looks like the patient has improved. She's eating food again.
Well, you can hear in the background there that the goats they can hear us here, and they want to get out. So normally we have our goats just free ranging, happy as they like, and it worked out quite well for us. But now as things have dried out, they've been focusing all of their mind, such that it is on a goat, but all of their attention is now focused on our veggie patch. It doesn't really matter what I do to it at this stage, they'll find some other way to get around it. Like we have hundreds of jobs, they have one, and that's to get into that vegetable patch. We've made them a wire run, a tether if you like, that gives them plenty of exercise and they can contact and touch noses with each other and stuff like that. It's a little bit different to how we made them at first, where we were attaching them to a tyre. We've just made a few little adjustments to make them a bit more goat friendly. So we'll put them on there and you can have a bit of a look, see what you think.
Hello, cranky goats. Hello. Yes, is it time to let you out to be outside? Yeah, so they've been in most of the morning. They did come out to be milked and I let them have a quick browse for half an hour. And they got lots of food. They got lots of apples and other browse, but now they really want to get let out. So we'll let them out for the afternoon and then put them away this evening. We'll go and put them on these tethers that Troy's put together, and we'll show you what they look like now. We'll take them up.
They're very expectant goats.
Okay, so this is the system that we've got here that Troy has put together. It's really great. It's just fencing wire from one tree to another, then this swivel, fencing wire, but then this black irrigation pipe to stop it tangling and to stop it cutting and digging in and potentially like injuring really badly with the goats. And then a nice piston clip just clips onto their collar. And then they can go up and down, and we found that they're not tangling like this, they're not hurting themselves. Best solution we've found so far to stop them wandering down and even getting into our garden. And I've been able to bring them browse as well. And because it's out here, the bits that like the leftover branches will be able to burn or turn into bark or just use later in winter time. So we'll just make a big pile of branches And we might set this up as well, this run up somewhere else in a week's time or a couple of weeks' time, just so they have somewhere else to browse as well. They're still hitting the pine trees in this run as well. They really like the pine trees. And they're also eating a lot of the weeds around here. So yeah, there's plenty for them to munch on, especially if I bring them some branches of things every day. At the moment, they're enjoying some wattle and some tagasasti. Yeah, so they seem pretty happy.
Pretty much all the components of this is, there's a loop in each end that we just made with fencing wire, and then just use this 1/2 inch black poly irrigation pipe on the ends. That protects the goats from coming anywhere near there. But also on their line that connects them to the main line is a little swivel, and it won't fit past there, so they can't get to the poles and tangle themselves. So that's what that's there for. It's to protect this, get rid of any sharp edges, not that there is any, but also to stop the goat getting to the end. With that loop, I've just tied some old webbing strap that's no good anymore from the car. We just reuse that here and at the other end as well. So we can just tie it to various trees, or if we need to, we can tie it to a star picket. You know, we can tie it to a tree at one end and a star picket at the other, or whatever. It just gives us flexibility of just attaching it somewhere. If we go and have a look, I'll just show you the small line that attaches to the main tether and what's on that. This here is about 15 metres long. That's the line that they can go back and forward. And this one is the short tether to the actual goat itself. And that we found that stops them from tangling. I did try and use just fencing wire looped onto this, but what happens is as the goat gets an angle on it, it tends to grab. And also without a swivel in there, goats tend to walk in exactly the same way, and they end up putting a kink and a twist in it, so it didn't work out. So I did go and get one of these swivels. Stops it from tangling at this end, and also Pasky was talking about a piston clip or a dog clip here. At the other end there's another swivel there. So even a goat shouldn't be able to tangle this up. And again, like she said, there's some fencing wire here that I just twisted up loops. And of course there's this, again, that 1/2 inch black poly irrigation pipe. And that's nice and smooth on their legs. I was just a bit worried that if we left it with bare wire, it might cut into them. They might be able to twist it around their leg. It's very unlikely, but they are goats. So we went with that. So far they wander up and down, they can touch noses, and the only time they really get annoyed is if the kids who aren't tethered, we just rely on them staying around their mum, if they can see the kids into something tasty and they can't get to it, they get a bit indignant. But yeah, like Pasky was saying, they're very, very happy getting into this pine still. There's various flat weeds and stuff they can get into, and we're also cutting them browse and bringing it here. Those sticks left over, they can pretty much be just chopped up and thrown into here. So tagasasti is their main browse at the moment, but we'll also get them wattles and things. But we like getting them tagasasti out of the bush here because it doesn't really belong in there. So if we can feed it to the goats, that's all good. Again, this is temporary. We don't really like having them tied up. We're looking forward to electrifying this paddock, making the fences a bit higher, and seeing if they don't jump out of it. If they do jump out of it, I don't know, we'll have to come up with something else. But if you listen to Joel Salatin, which most people do that are into this small holding sort of lifestyle, he'll say if your fence doesn't hold water, it won't hold goats, and I'm inclined to think he's right. So but anyway, this holds them. Imagine eating eucalyptus leaves.
I know.
They're not even growing shoots, they're fully blown like, yeah, they actually smell pretty good. Good for her breath.
Thanks everyone for watching our crazy animal antics this week. If you enjoyed the video, thanks also for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. It really helps us out. See you next time.